Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name is Pete and this is a 5-minute Bags of Action review of Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol from 2011. This is the 4th instalment of the Mission Impossible film series and it's directed by Brad Bird, mainly known for animation, things like Iron Giant and of course both the Incredibles movies. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol was written by Josh Applebaum and Andre Nemec, who have written together for TV shows like Alias and Life on Mars, and also the 2 most recent live-action Turtles movies. J.J. Abrams doesn't direct this one, of course, but he does continue in a producer role, so he, I'd imagine, may have been the person that brought them on board from his Alias days. So what's this one about? The IMF is shut down when it's implicated in the bombing of the Kremlin, causing Ethan Hunt and his new team to go rogue to clear their organisation's name. So pretty typical Mission Impossible stuff there. So who's in it? Well, Tom Cruise, of course. Simon Pegg returns from the 3rd movie. And Jeremy Renner is added to the cast, along with Paula Patton, who's also been in Two Guns and The Do-Over. Michael Nyqvist from John Wick and Hunter Killer. Vladimir Mashkov, also from TV's Alias, there's a theme developing here, and also the film Rasputin. Lea Seydoux from Spectre, and also the Russell Crowe starring Ridley Scott version of Robin Hood. Josh Holloway from Lost and Sabotage, and Tom Wilkinson makes a small uncredited appearance as well. So with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, you are plunged straight into the action with all the flair and ingenuity that the 3rd film helped establish. And with Pegg's character now in the field, that helps to bring some humour and some humanity to the proceedings, and the link between him and Ethan Hunt works really well. It's like a Bond movie. You have this big pre-titles adventure followed by a brilliant title sequence to whet your appetite, and then you're off into the story. So the first 30 minutes really don't let up. It's relentless, but that's kind of how long it takes to essentially set up the premise, which again is pretty standard for the Mission Impossible movies. With an international cast and lots of different locations, from Moscow to Dubai to India, it once again feels like Bond. Imagine James Bond with a team, and that's pretty much what you get here, especially the balance of out-and-out action with some comedy moments, or certainly from older Bond anyway. So the president has initiated Ghost Protocol, and they are disavowed. And I love that, and I love the fact the Secretary of State is kind of involved with it. It's really, I won't spoil, but it's really interesting how this film is set up. Tom Cruise being a bit older in this film really helps, because you never quite, you get the sense he is a team leader. He's been there, he's done it more now that he looks a bit older than those around him. Renner's character being thrown into the IMF world gives us an interesting new perspective too, because he isn't one of their agents. Also, which I think is clever, because in some of the other films, the tech is so good, the fact they can put on completely perfect masks and look like somebody else removes some of the peril. So here, their lack of access to backup and tech really helps up the ante and pushes past the fact that they can, within IMF, seemingly do anything. The typical big Tom Cruise set piece is from very high up on the side of a hotel in Dubai this time, and that works really well. As often happens, Cruise continues to defy time because he doesn't seem to age that much, and they keep casting younger and younger sexy actresses to play alongside him. But Paula Patton is great. She's really good in the role, and she's also really good in the action moments. And the only continuity, really, other than Cruise, is Pegg. It isn't Ving Rhames this time around, who provides a link to the previous film, cast and team-wise. The relentless pace means that when things do slow down in the middle of the film, you are kind of wishing they get moving again. But much like the other films, there's a race against time near the end, which always feels a little bit overdone for my tastes and tiny bit too predictable. One thing I did like, though, in this film particularly was alongside the Mission Impossible style chases and the crazy missions, there were some actual physical fistfights in this film, more than I think in the previous ones. And not just Tom Cruise and Jeremy Renner, but as I say, Paula Patton, she gets to have a really good square off with Lea Seydoux, who plays the female villain. So overall, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, it carries on the good form from the third movie and helps you forget the second one. And there's some connective tissue between this and the third film that really helps take the franchise further forward than the first two did. And it makes it feel like there's some momentum rather than just a series of films and a series of missions. I didn't like it quite as much as the third outing, but this is still a really top drawer piece of modern action movie making. And it's taken me so long to get to these movies. I wish I'd seen it before, but it's well worth your time. So, all that considered, I'm going to give Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol 4 bags of action out of 5. Have you seen Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol? Do you agree with my assessment of it? Feel free to comment below or get in touch with us via email, Facebook or on Twitter. We have new episodes coming out weekly alongside our full-length podcast, usually me and my co-host. Don't forget to give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to get notifications as well. Bags of Action will always be free, but if you'd like to buy us a coffee, you can go to our Coffee or Ko-fi page and do that there.